Hello everyone, it's Jason here and welcome back to World of Tanks. I know I didn't upload on Saturday, I'm sorry about that. A couple of reasons. I was really busy, I hadn't had any material to upload, I'm still recovering a bit from this cold, but someday I'm going to record a butt ton of videos, so hopefully we won't run out by this time next week. Let's get started. Who am I? Am Chummy Score. I'm pressing the... There we go. Here we go. So, last time on... Actually, I'll save you talking about the Yokai Watch game. Until I've played a bit... Oh, kick ass. Well, I'm waiting for this to launch. I'll talk about the Yokai Watch game, which I got for my birthday. We'll talk about it on the next Rocket League video, but oh god, today we're going to talk about this is a new show I've gotten into. I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the existence of a show called South Park. You've probably heard, if you're a parent, oh, don't let your kids watch that. It's a terrible show. The humour is rancid. And having watched about 8 episodes of the first series, I got a box set which includes the first 5 series. I can successfully say, do not let anyone under 15 watch that. Yeah. That being said, though, I can kind of see the hype behind it. I definitely get why it's such a popular team training. Player versus player. Player versus environment. Seems fun. So what we were what me and my dad thought we were watching this was like, what the hell? But actually, I kind of got some messages across from it, making it really, making it kind of a good political cartoon. Now, I think it's, oh god, is it Trey Parker, Matt Stone? They might be it. Those guys, the people who were chiefly behind South Park. They've played their cards quite quickly. They've added in enough shock humour to keep people watching through sheer horror. But they've also captured the enemy base, enemy vehicles. They've added in enough shock humour to make it entertaining for the morbid, like me, I guess. But they've also added in a lot of clever political messages, and I think the way they utilise, say, Cartman, for example, as being this terrible character who always gets his comeuppance, I can honestly root for Cartman to have horrible things happen to him. I guess it's really a meta-commentary on the human state. Are we as civilised as we think we are? Well, maybe it's just two people screwing around. How did I not hit that? Maybe it's just two people screwing around, you know, having some fun, you know? Having some fun making a really sketchily animated cartoon. Let's be honest here. South Park is definitely not a shining example of modern day pristine animation, but boy is it, in the words of the gentleman who made it, a hoot and a holler. It's funny to watch, not just because of the shock humour. It's always fun watching it basically for the storyline. In South Park, anything can happen. No matter how morbid, extreme, or even subtle it can be. They had one about hunting, and in the same same type of volcano erupted. Pretty cool, you know.
We're taking the enemy base.
Hello. Insurance.
We pierced their armor. Nice
There
shot.
you go. There we go.
Another bad guy.
What separates South Park from The Simpsons, aside the obvious, well, The Simpsons couldn't get away with any of that stuff. What sets them apart is, while The Simpsons were typically a politically neutral thing, South Park really tries very hard to get its political messages across. Some might argue too hard, but same time, while you're enjoying this unpleasant experience, you're actually getting exposed to a bit of politics, which I think far too few people today are actually doing. Ooh. Time left, 30 seconds till capture. Do. Just camp here, and I'll talk a bit more about South Park. I first got introduced to South Park, well, very first of all, back in secondary school through my friend James. Now, James, oh boy, James, he was a controversial chap. He had no need for political correctness, and
We won.
he, oh god, did I just double? Basically, basically, I could see him being into South Park. Good old James was a particular fan of the character Eric Cartman, a fat, swearing, politically incorrect 10 or 12-year-old. I don't know how old the kids are in South Park. Obviously, they're the equivalent of elementary school, maybe. I don't think they're in high school. I don't know. Maybe? I could be wrong. Do... Yeah, so James really loved the cartoon for its controversy, but I think in recent years he's actually become less aggressive. So while South Park definitely has a straight up forward effect of perhaps making young people more vulgar, it does get people talking and discussing about politics, whether or not they can agree with the show, whether or not they like the message behind it. They can agree or disagree with Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Those guys won't care. Oh my god, I can actually destroy stuff! This is revolutionary! I didn't know I could destroy this. Yeah, screw this. So that, Athens. Boom. Oh, hello.
That one drilled straight through.
Oh yeah.
Eliminated.
So at least the show does get people talking about politics in this era where there's just not enough people discussing the politics. I myself don't really get actively involved within politics. I just sort of let people talk about, like, there's not my problem, alright? I'm not getting involved here. But now I feel like I honestly want to get involved. I want to talk about politics. I might not have such an understanding, but if I can gain an understanding, maybe I can learn why example, Britain's in the situation it is, why we left Europe. I believe it's something to do with immigration.
Locked and loaded.
I don't think it was as simple as we couldn't take in the immigrants. There might be more to it. The more that
We didn't penetrate their armor.
the more I
Enemy armor.
the more I watch stuff, the more I think about that. And if you guys didn't know, Britain's undergoing what they call a Brexit. This Brexit is basically us leaving the European Union. One more left. There we go. One of the key things I think
That's another kill for our team.
about getting people involved in politics is, you know, knowing about just what's happening around you. You know, there's so much going on around, but actually talking about these big issues, you know, you're just chatting up small talk. You know, why can't we just talk about the big issues? I guess that's what South Park's really trying to address. Getting people talking about the big issues, even if they're not necessarily safe or PC, at least people are talking about it. And that's why, in my opinion, South Park's a good show. Not the best. I still prefer Gravity Falls. You guys might know, but I freaking love Gravity Falls. You know, it's probably my favourite show on the Disney Channel. But oh, there's one here. How the hell did you get there? That's where we came from. You piece of crap. Get off my yard.
Enemy vehicle.
Where was I
eliminated.
before I was interrupted? Oh, yes. The... Oh, God. Ah, camouflage. Camouflage. Sorry, I just got distracted by some amazing camouflage. Oh, wait, is this... Oh, don't you dare disappear. Don't you dare disappear. Okay, good. We're good. Good. Stay cool. Stay cool. Ooh. The question most people like to ask is, how did South Park get away with being so morbid? How could how could they kill off a main character who is a child? May I remind you, in every single episode. How do they get away with that? Well, I think it's probably to do with the network they're with. But Matsue and Trey Parker do address the impact of TV on young minds in one episode titled, I think, Death. I think it's really down to the individual.
Enemies are capturing our base.
But that particular episode seems to put out the message that really people can be horrible and violent without having influence from TV. And regardless of how susceptible you are to, I don't know, like TV, you get your opinions are your own, and you're figuring it out from what you gather around you. As long as you have got a well-rounded source, it doesn't matter if the odd thing you watch or listen to is slightly weird. It's if the general stuff you watch is quite well rounded, chances are you're probably a well rounded individual yourself. You can watch South Park without feeling guilty sometimes, you know? That's if you're listening to other people's opinions, you know? Taking it in. It's alright to admit you're wrong, you know?
That was a big hole.
Oh. To be fair, if I want to see the members of the House of Commons watching maybe a few episodes of South Park, see what they have to say on the matter. I'll be one debate I'd actually probably tune into, you know. Maybe I'll tune into other debates. Today I was watching the Big Questions for Christ's sake. For those of you who don't know, it's this TV show. I'm pretty sure the version I watch only airs in Britain. as it addresses all the things like, you know, the NHS, Brexit, things like nature that go on within Britain. But it's a good watch. It's a good watch. I might recommend it, but I've only watched one episode of it, and that wasn't even all the way through. It was just kind of like the last half hour.
Enemies in our base.
Oh, fuck. One thing I would really like to see though is maybe we've got like people from across the internet, and before you say, Jason, this is a terrible idea, you know what the internet is like, just hear me out. We get people from across the internet to debate maybe like big politics that are happening on a worldwide spectrum, you know. I just really feel like if we get talking about this thing, if we get talking about this kind of thing, it might enrich our lives to see things from other people's perspectives. We can find some sirens be going. Where are they? That right there. Get him! Get him! Get him! Let's get this guy.
This gotta hurt.
There we go.
Another bad guy.
Problem solved, everyone.
Good job, man.
We did it! And we also discussed politics, thanks to South Park. Of course, politics aren't all of South Park. South Park does revolve around quite an unusual cast of characters. Even the side characters I find quite interesting, like maybe Pip, or, I don't know, Mr. Garrison. Mr. Garrison has opened up quite a few interesting situations. I also like the fact that he carries around a puppet, maybe to express his inner views without being judged himself. He's like, this is Mr. Hat. This is Mr. Hat talking, not me. Yeah. I like the fact that he uses this sort of safe space, to try and get away with talking about stuff some people might find unsavoury, or talking away some people might not deem suitable for children. I think that's honestly probably a real thing. Obviously, not everyone goes out in not everyone goes to town with a puppet and scream at the local Starbucks staff for pronouncing your name wrong, but I can honestly see a lot of people using for example, the internet, the idea of animosity, to get away with saying things they wouldn't really say in day-to-day life. They might not necessarily be bad things. Of course, there are bad things. We know that all too well. But there are some people who would say things online they wouldn't usually say in real life, and they don't necessarily have to be negative. Oh, enemy side. I think that Mr. Garrison and his puppet Mr. Hat are basically the cartoon embodiment of that notion. It's okay to talk about these sort of taboo subjects in these safe spaces, if you will. Alright, Sutton needs help. I've been working on my Eric Cartman impression, and actually I've noticed a lot of the voices in South Park are quite high pitched. I'm going to say that's intentional. Oh man, this is amazing. Look at this. This is like car commercial style stuff, you know, just splashing into a deep puddle. Of course there's a lake. Because we ain't driving a car, we're driving a blooming tank. This, let me tell you ladies and gents, this is where it gets real, you know? Let's get real for a second. This is real serenity. This is Jason's tank. May cause death. Chill out and talk about South Park while driving a tank. Sounds like a perfectly safe combination. Name me one bad thing that's come from South Park all the time. Oh boy, I've triggered someone. Oh,
That one left a big hole.
that's what she said.
That's another kill for our team.
Oh, even the AIs are complimenting me. They know what's going down. I know that later on in the South Park series, Butters will become more of a relevant character, but I really want to see that happening sooner because Butters seems to be one of the funniest characters. He's possibly the most innocent of the group. Oh,
Bail out.
very naive and basically the polar opposite of Cartman.
You can't hold on.
Well, we lost. We frickin' lost. But I'm going in for a retry. Get for our comrades this time. Comrades, bros, pals, pallions, chums, chummy chums, home slice, bread slice. Yeah. I wonder, what... I mean, I think they met in college, the two founders of South Park, but... Ooh.
Loaded and ready.
Oh wow, that's amazing. This feels amazing, the power that you can get in World of Tanks. For both your enemies and the landscape. Look at this for example. I think I missed. Yeah, we'll just ram it. Look at that. Just bringing down the biggest of monuments. But nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. But, back to South Park, yeah. Butters, can't wait for him to become a more relevant character. Oh god. I can't wait for, I think there's a character called Mr. Mackey. I can't wait until he makes a first appearance. Right now the principal is, I think it's called Principal Victoria or something. Yeah. No problem with her. Maybe they'll kill her off though? I don't know. I think Mackey becomes the principal eventually. Then it becomes that principal PC guy in the later seasons. They talked about retiring the series, and whilst it's that idea, I think it would be good for them to go off the air before the show goes, you know, it loses its way, it loses sight of what really matters. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Pause, and there we go.
Looks like that one went right through.
Help.
Nice shot.
Enemies, teammates, help.
Scratch another bad guy.
Right, so as soon as we die, the whole team loses. Okay, lads, you go in. How do I talk again? Come on, lads. Oh shit. Really? Right there?
Let's see one of them. to fire.
Fire in the whole Colours Place Arena.
This vehicle's attacked.
Oh no, we're still going.
Fall back. Live to
What?
fight another day.
How? Oh come on, one guy dies and the whole thing falls to bits. No, I cannot try that mission again. So final reviews on South Park. Not an amazing cartoon, but damn good. Real good. I think it'll be good to get into it. Maybe it'll get people more political. But despite all the horrible animation, cheap shock humour, and stuff, it has some good moments and some very, very, very interesting characters. But I think before you judge South Park, definitely give it a try. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. Oh wait, is there English tanks here? There's British tanks. Oh, Sexton. Jesus, who names that thing as? Who names it that? Oh, Britain. Anyways, thanks for watching today, guys. I've been Jason Paul McDermott, and you have been fantastic. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.